Hey Colonel. You said you needed to see me?
Yeah, Major, thanks for stopping by. See, we just got the results back from your ARB. It seems the Air Force has decided to let you go.
You've got to be shitting me. How did this happen?
Well, the reserves have decided that AGRs are no longer useful to the organization. They count against our active duty manning numbers, which is apparently bad.
I don't understand. Don't we need full-time personnel in the reserves to take care of the mountains of bullshit that are created by pointless Air Force regulations?
On the surface, that would seem to make sense. However, this is the Air Force.
What do you mean?
See, the Air Force is afraid that, if we have too many AGRs in the reserves, it will make the reserves look like the active duty.
But don't we now have to complete our PME like the active duty?
Yes.
And don't we have to get a fucking master's degree like the active duty?
Of course.
And don't we have to work 12 to 14-hour days just like the active duty?
Certainly.
And don't I have to waste hours of my life filling out useless online training like TFAP, self-aid buddy care, information awareness, homosexual policy training, and information assurance, just like the active duty?
Naturally.
I'd rather start a 12-gauge shotgun.
Interesting.
By the way, isn't it also now important for us to get some sort of fucking useless experience in a joint job, just like the active duty? A job where we sit around in some retarded fucking operations center at some ball-sucking base in the Middle East and argue for hours and hours about the execution of air power with stupid, cock-gargling ass bags who, up until that point in time, spent their whole professional career doing nothing but getting teabagged in a tank while working for the U.S. Army?
The Air Force prefers to call it career development.
The teabagging or the joint job?
I don't know.
I prefer to call it colossal fucking stupidity, but that won't make the new Air Force Reserve motto for next year now, will it?
No. Besides, they already have one. Air Force Reserve Command, just another active duty.
That's fucking stupid.
Major, it's not all bad. Even though you have 17 years of active service, the reserves have decided to offer you the opportunity to convert to ART status.
ART? Isn't that some sort of fucked up hybrid pay status where I'm really two different government employees trapped in the same body, constantly staring at the Excel spreadsheet that's supposed to help me get double paid, while still trying to figure out what the fuck fears is when I'll actually get to retire, and how much I'll get paid if that happens before I die?
That's one way to put it. Some might call it the future of the Air Force Reserve.
I'd rather be punched in the balls.
Well, if you decide being an ART is not for you, there's always the opportunity to revert back to traditional status.
That's a great idea. Maybe I can get enough man days over the next couple of years to get me to the 20-year retirement I've worked so hard for.
I'm sorry, but we have no man days this year. The active duty has decided that man days were an unnecessary expense being wasted on an excessively experienced workforce that is capable of doing twice the job in 1/4 the time at 1/3 of the cost of one of their own personnel. Instead, they are replacing TRs with computers, robot fucking airplanes, and space dominance.
Space dominance? What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know, but it looks good on an OPR.
I can't believe that TRs are being replaced by computers. Doesn't anyone at headquarters have any idea how completely fucked the Air Force is when it comes to computers? Clearly they must have a different comm squadron than the one we have.
Don't forget the robot fucking airplanes.
Ah yes. How could I forget such a priceless piece of our global dominance arsenal? I have a great idea. Let's build a fucking army of stupid robot airplanes, spend billions of dollars on satellites with which we can control them from thousands of miles away, while propping up the portfolios of the executives at some of our favorite no-bid contract corporations. We'll then rape and pillage our force of brilliant, expensively trained fighter pilots and ship them off to garden spots in the world like Clovis, New Mexico, or Indian Springs, Nevada to do nothing more than my 6-year-old son is playing his fucking PlayStation 3. Maybe we can kill our adversaries by photographing them to death. Or maybe they'll just die from laughter.
Have you considered transitioning to an RPA unit? I hear they have plenty of AGR jobs there. You know, with them being trigger pullers and all.
Eat a bag of dicks. I'm going to work at Walmart.